Someone in your family who is a snake has finally been caught, says Archangel Michael. This is the name. Open it right away. Time is up in 15 seconds. They lied to you and smiled at you, my beloved child. Take a deep breath before you open what I'm about to show you, because you can't hide what you see from yourself again once you see it. The veil is being taken away. It was real to betray them. The mask is down. There is a name for the truth. You were never meant to deal with this stress by yourself. Heaven looked. I was there for you when your heart told you something wasn't right. But your spirit couldn't say what it was. There was love in their touch, but something hurt you deep down. I'll tell you why. Now, listen to this first, though. People talked about you in rooms you never went into. People spoke badly about your blessings. The people who said they were your blood tried to poison the tree's roots. They put on smiles to hide snakes. Hugs were used to hold your wings together. And now, kid, heaven says enough. This message was subscribed to by Dove because this isn't the only revelation that's coming. There are 3 more lies. I have to show them off soon, and you can't miss them. My sword is not in its sheath. The light has gone through the shadow. The name is close. The proof is about to show up. But I need to warn you. You will feel 2 things when I tell you the name. Shock and deep recognition. Because your spirit knew all along. You didn't want it to be real. But now is the time. If there are snakes in your garden, you can't move on to the next part of your miracle. This person saw how bright you were. It made them jealous of what God had given you. So they tried to curse what God had crowned, but not anymore. I kept this secret from you until now because you weren't ready before. Your heart had to get stronger. It was time for your light to rise, and it has. Now I want to ask you, are you ready for the name? Because the lies will fall apart once I say it. The spell will break and the truth will hit you like thunder from heaven. My child, now is the time to wake up. Do not scroll. Do not turn your head away. Pay more attention because the person you trusted the most has already let you down once. I'll show you how. But first, I need to get your mind ready for the shock. You believed you were crazy. You thought things were not real. You told yourself you were being over the top. Your spirit wasn't lying, though. Your intuition was like a whisper to me. I was letting you know you were right, and now you'll see it. They liked your wins, but they were angry at how high you were. While they offered support, they were silently slandering your name out of jealousy. This is the spiritual betrayal I need to find. Also, kid, this is only the beginning. If you want to know what I say next, Dove subscribe. After this name, there are 2 more plotting in your circle. Today, though, we name the first. They didn't say anything while they saw you fight. They left when they saw your tears. They told other people they were looking out for you. But behind closed doors, they wanted you to fail. I hope it doesn't work out for them. They told someone. They now believe they are better than us. Yes, kid. Someone said that about you. I heard it. I was in the room where it was said. I stood in the way of the spiritual backlash that was coming your way. I shut out the curses. I spread out the spells. Now it's your turn to find out what they did. Are you ready now? Because what I say next will set off a chain of events that can't be stopped. You're not reading this wrong. They were led to this moment by God because they found out. And heaven is giving you 15 seconds to break the spiritual tie with them before they try to lie to you again. Take deep breaths. Center. Follow me. The name is close by. Now is the time. You've received this message. Now you have a choice. Support this channel and activate the law of reciprocity. What you give comes back to you multiplied. Every dollar, every contribution becomes a prayer for your own abundance. The universe sees your generosity and responds in kind. Find the link in the description and pinned comment. Be part of this divine flow. Give and watch miracles unfold in your life. Now is the time when your spiritual vision gets clearer. Type "I see the truth" in the comments right now to let the sky know that you can see the shadows no longer. In this way, you strengthen your discernment and let the universe know that the time of lying is over. I'm about to rip open another veil. Have you felt it before? There was a strange silence in the room as you talked about your dreams. That look in their eyes that they tried to hide when you told them your blessing, along with the strange change in their tone. The pause and the moment itself didn't make sense at the time, but now I see it all together. The person who prayed with you was also praying against you. They smiled at your progress, but when they weren't looking, they clenched their teeth. They told you they were family, but they told each other they didn't deserve that life. Now their words are coming back to them because heaven never lets darkness hide for good. They tried to cover up your light with spiritual ash, but you were always meant to shine. You were always meant to rise, but they wanted you to stay where they were. They said your flaws in your ear. They blew up your mistakes. They made you look cocky, all because you stopped pleading for breadcrumbs. I was there though. I saw it. You were kind to them the whole time they were sharpening the knife. I saw how you defended their name while they hurt yours behind your back. Stop it now. You are now in a divine courtroom. I, Archangel Michael, am standing at the gate. The case is over. The snake has been caught. Also, kid, pay close attention. This person wasn't just any stranger. You used to care about this person. You laughed with them, you cried with them. Others told you not to defend them, but you did. They used your loyalty against you as a weapon. Don't blame yourself, though. Snakes are very smart and can trick even the strongest souls. Smiles that are poison can hurt even the most pure hearts. That spell is now broken, though. I'm not here to make you feel bad, I'm here to set you free. Don't feel bad about loving the wrong person. Get you out of the cycle of blaming yourself for betrayals. Free yourself from patterns that have been passed down through your family that are meant to keep you small. This is more important than you think, kid. This isn't just about one lie. This is from the past. This goes back generations. This is the point where your family tree's chains break both backward and forward. The person who lied to you, I was there though. I saw it. You were kind to them the whole time they were sharpening the knife. I saw that you stood up for their name while they hurt yours behind your back. But not anymore. You are now in a divine courtroom. I, Archangel Michael, am standing at the gate. The case is over. The snake has been caught. Also, kid, pay close attention. This person wasn't just any stranger. You used to care about this person. You laughed with them. You cried with them. Others told you not to defend them, but you did. They used your loyalty against you as a weapon. Don't blame yourself, though. Snakes are very smart and can trick even the strongest souls. Smiles that are poison can hurt even the most pure hearts. That spell is now broken, though. I'm not here to make you feel bad. I'm here to set you free. Don't feel bad about loving the wrong person. Get you out of the cycle of blaming yourself for betrayals. Free yourself from patterns that have been passed down through your family that are meant to keep you small. This is more important than you think, kid. This isn't just about clears throat one lie. This is from the past. This goes back generations. This is the point where your family tree's chains break both backward and forward. The person who betrayed you was following a spiritual path that had been passed down for many years. They thought you would fall like the other people. They thought you would be quiet like your ancestors were. You didn't, though. You got up. It was a question. You saw it. The spiritual alarm went off at that moment. Heaven said, "This person sees. This one feels this is getting up. Tell them the truth." Now you're reading words that are more than just words. They're a sacred key that opens a door you thought was locked for good. The lie hurt more than just you. It taught you. Your discernment was sparked. It put fire on top of your spirit. Now it's time for the name. But let me ask you this. What are you going to do when it comes out? Are you going to lie again? Are you ready to laugh with them like nothing happened? Or will you pick yourself this time? That's what this test was really about. It wasn't a way to get even. It had to do with being noticed. Are you sure of who you are now? No longer are you the one who has to explain yourself to snakes. No longer are you the one who gives up truth for peace. You are no longer the one who shuts down their intuition for love. You are now rising. That's why they were sent to attack you. You thought it was just a freak of fate. They got close just as you broke through. They were sent to stop it, not send it. A spiritual distraction in the form of familiar skin. However, the task failed since you saw, felt, and asked the right questions too much. Now, I'll show you the name. But first, let me tell you how they really lied to you. Make sure you're subscribed before you read any further. This is the first of 3 parts. There will be more soon. And if you miss what heaven has to show you next, you might end up back in the same cycle you just got out of. Let's go back to what they did. They took your words and made fun of them around other people. They said you had too much faith. People said your prayers were crazy. They laughed at the way you begged God to help you. They asked you to pray for them behind your back the whole time. They used the fact that you were soft to get what they wanted. It's cute that they told other people they think they were chosen. But kid, you were picked. The jokes are now over. Let me tell you something else. They once stopped a blessing that was meant for you. They got a message wrong. They slowed down a divine connection. They made it less likely for someone to help you. They planted doubt where it was supposed to lead to your next season. And heaven saw it. That's why their own blessings have stopped coming. That's why the doors they shut on you are now getting shut on them, because people don't play with God. And betraying the chosen has consequences. Please breathe, my love. You are still being looked after. Before they could completely bring you down, the snake was caught. Now everything they built on lies is falling apart without you there. They didn't count on divine timing, which is something that no enemy can do. It's now time. You want the name, right? But first, let me be clear about something. Putting their identity out there is not a way for you to get back at them. It proves to you that you were never crazy, that it wasn't wrong for your broken heart to question, that your intuition, even though you couldn't explain it, was really heaven's loud alarm clock. That your pain, the pain you hid, was never meant to be ignored. As you move forward, you will enter a place where truth walks with you, and lies cannot enter. This is why it had to be shown this way, but not all at once. It came to you in divine waves so that your soul could fully receive it. Right now, this message is like a trumpet blast from heaven over your life. You're not being told anything. You are being brought to safety. This is how a spiritual attack is coming apart. You, child, are the one who rises from the ashes with wings full of fire. The name starts with a letter that they tried to hide. It keeps showing up in your dreams. It was whispered to you in a strange way. When they walked into the room, you felt your stomach twist. You said it was because of stress, but it was your guardian angels who made you feel tight. You were right when you said something wasn't right. Their whole name will be shown, but not in letters here. In your next moment of silence, it will become clear. That break, when you're done reading this. That moment when a name comes to you so quickly that you can't stop it. That is the one. Because the truth must emerge not only from my voice, but also from your knowing. Heaven is using your own spirit as the final proof. Close your eyes, kid. Listen and take a deep breath. If you push back the first name that comes to mind, that's who it is. Now it's your turn. How do you confront? Do you stop? Do you say a prayer over it? Or are you going to lie again? I can't make your choice. I will walk with you, though. You are not being warned. No matter which door you open, you are being brought to safety. This is how a spiritual attack is coming apart. You, child, are the one who rises from the ashes with wings full of fire. The name starts with a letter that they tried to hide. It keeps showing up in your dreams. It was whispered to you in a strange way. When they walked into the room, you felt your stomach twist. You said it was because of stress, but your angels were pulling your spirit closer and telling you something is wrong. You were right. There will be a full picture of their name, but not right now. In your next moment of silence, it will become clear. That break when you're done reading this. That moment when a name comes to you so quickly that you can't stop it. That is the one. Heaven is using your spirit as the last piece of proof. It's not enough for me to say the truth. You must also know it. Close your eyes, kid. Listen, and take a deep breath. If you push back the first name that comes to mind, that's who it is. Now it's your turn. How do you confront? Do you stop? Do you say a prayer over it? Or are you going to lie again? I can't make your choice. I will walk with you, though. No matter what door you open, you are not alone. Even when someone betrays you, you are still chosen. Even when your heart breaks, you are surrounded by swords of fire. Even when you are with snakes, what a beautiful crown you are getting, my beloved. The truth starts your next chapter. Archangel Michael and I will be with you as you go through it. Dove, subscribe now, because the next message I send you will show you the second one that was hiding. The worst part wasn't even the start. You're about to see all of the layers. Do not sleep. Stay strong and in line, because heaven is showing you what was hidden before. And now it's your turn. My beloved, the time has come. The sign is now in sight. Your spirit was stirred, and you got the confirmation you were afraid to ask for. You saw the name. It echoed in your head. You felt the pain in your spirit. And that wasn't your imagination, kid. That was your discernment coming back to life. You believed it was gone. You thought you might be too sensitive. No, you were trained in the fire, and now you can see spiritually. It's been too long for the person heaven showed you to hide behind masks. They laughed with you, but when you got up, they cried tears of jealousy. They pretended to be on your side, but they planned in silence. They were at your house. They touched your clothes. They came through your door with spiritual scum on their lips. But God stopped the worst of it. They tried to curse your path 3 times. There were 3 times when they called someone to put off your breakthrough. 3 lies they told about you behind your back that you didn't even know about, because they were stopped by heaven. I am the Archangel Michael stood at the gate, and I told him, you will not cross. You won't touch anything that says grace. You are that Holy One. You have been picked, and snakes can't get to what I'm protecting with fire. Still, you were meant to see it. Not to hurt them, but to finish the lesson. You had to find out who was draining your power. You had to figure out why your prayers were getting stuck. Why you were tired some days for no reason and your dreams were fuzzy. Why something went wrong every time you shared a blessing. They were making you tired, not by strength, but by getting in. They were too close to you. But don't be too hard on yourself, kid. Loving is not a sign of weakness. It's not a lack of trust. It's not a bad thing to have believed in them. That was your light. Your soul was trying to heal something that other people didn't notice. That was how pure you were. They tried to use it against you, but they didn't know how powerful your God was. Since you are now rising, your soul is now awake, and you will never again be blind. I'll show you what comes next. Their access is being taken away. The favor they got from being close to you is being taken away. Before we conclude, remember this spiritual truth. Givers are blessed. Generous hearts attract divine favor. When you support this channel, you're not just donating. You're declaring to the universe that you trust in abundance, and the universe always honors that trust. Help us reach more souls. Unlock more blessings for yourself. The link is in the description and pinned comment. Give as you're called. Receive as you're blessed. Because of your presence, heaven gave them grace. But the covering has moved now. Their exposure came from your leaving. They might not know what's going on yet, but they will. What are they going to do when things start to fall apart? They'll think it's a mistake. Someone else will be blamed. But they will feel it in their hearts. The chosen one has left. So, heaven has pulled back. You are that chosen one. Now, pay close attention. This message isn't about getting in trouble. This is about getting up. You are becoming aware of your royalty, your inheritance, your clarity, and your power. You've been acting like a servant in a palace that was meant for your crown for too long. These steps put you in a divine position. It came with a sword. This sword is not sharp enough to cut flesh. It gets rid of lies. It cuts soul ties. It cuts through lies and illusions. It shows the pure and holy truth. And truth, child, is the most dangerous light for people who are still living in the dark. That's why some people will start to move away. It's not that you've changed too much. It's that your light shows them how dark they are. People will say that you are cold, distant, and proud. Let them. They used the same name for Jesus. He still got up, though. You will too. You were hurt, but not broken. People made fun of you, but you didn't lose. People said bad things about you, but that didn't stop you. Because when you have God's mark on you, no snakebite can stop your destiny. I need to tell you what comes next. There's an extra name. There is a second one that has been hiding, looking at your patterns and learning how to speak your language. They are not related to you directly, but their family trees are connected to yours. A cousin, an in-law, a friend for life who became family, or someone who always says, "I'm here for you," but only comes when they need something. Their betrayal is less loud and more planned. They never attack in public. They work with passive poison, rumors that look like concern, questions that look like interest, checking on you only to get spiritual information that I can use later. It shows the pure and holy truth. And the truth, child, is the most dangerous light for people who are still hiding. That's why some people will start to move away. It's not that you've changed too much. It's that your light shows them how dark they are. People will say that you are cold, distant, and proud. Let them. They use the same name for Jesus. He still got up, though. You will too. You were hurt, but not broken. People laughed at you, but you didn't lose. You were called names, but no one shut you up. Because if you have God's mark on you, no snakebite can stop your story. I need to tell you what comes next. There's an extra name. There is a second one that has been hiding, looking at your patterns and learning how to speak your language. They're not related to you directly, but their family trees are connected to yours. A cousin, an in-law, and a friend for life who became family. A person who always says, "I'm here for you," but only comes when they need something. Their betrayal is less loud and more planned. They never attack in public. They work with passive poison, rumors that look like concern. They've been spying on you for years by asking questions that seem like they are interested and collecting spiritual information that they can later use against you. But today, child, that surveillance ends because I am putting a mirror in your life. You'll start to see things as they really are. You'll be tired after talking on the phone with them. Before you meet them, you'll feel stressed. When they hug you, you'll feel a pull in your gut. That is not a mess. There's discernment yelling to be heard. It's going to happen now. Sign up now because the next message I send will clearly name the second betrayer. You really can't miss it. The next blessing you'll receive depends on having a clean spiritual space. And right now, you are being cleansed. This is the time of year to clean up. This isn't just about snakes. I'm restoring your lost peace, sharpening your inner hearing, and making you smarter. Because, child, you were born to live in peace. That person is not on your chosen path if they cause chaos, guilt, or control. It doesn't matter what history says. It doesn't matter what their job is. It doesn't matter what they were before. Now the question is, who are they right now? Because you will not be friends with anyone who upsets your peace. You must now make a choice. Hold on because you feel guilty, or let go so you can grow. Heaven won't pull you forward. You have to be willing to step. I will fight for you, but I can't make you give up. If you stay connected to the snake after the truth comes out, you will have to deal with the consequences. This is not meant to scare you. This is to keep you safe. Since spiritual battle isn't just against demons now, and then it's about choices, you can have this one. You don't need them to say sorry. They don't have to say it for you. You don't need to talk one more time. Now you only need one thing to follow the truth. Lock the door. Take off the tie. Get your spirit back. The best thing that will happen to you in your life will happen after this closure. Do you think I'm lying? Watch what happens in 21 days after this comes out. The doors will open. People are going to call. Delays will go away. The health will get better. The money will flow faster. After you clear the way, your dreams will come back. The snake did more than just lie to you. They were blocking your spirit. You are now free, child. This is the last truth I want to tell you. You were never left alone. You are being looked after. You were never turned down. You were being sent somewhere else. You were always loved. You were getting ready for love on a divine level. And now the getting ready is over. The presentation starts. Move forward. The scene is set. The oil is new. The fire is going. The test was passed. People have seen the snake. The tie is no longer there. And you are rising, protected, marked, and chosen for all time. This is Archangel Michael. I told you I would fight for you, and I will. Before you enter the prophecy that no snake can stop Dove, make sure you subscribe right away. I'm about to reveal the second name, and it will shake you. Do not sleep. Keep being holy. Get ready. We're not done yet. You are still here, my child. You didn't break after the heartbreak, the spiritual sting, the name being shown, and the illusions falling. That says more than you know. You did cry. Yes, someone broke your trust. Even though your hands were shaking when you saw that the snake was wearing your family's face, you're still standing. That's what scares the enemy the most, kid. That you didn't fall no matter what weapon they made against you. You were safe even when you didn't think you were. God never left you. So even when the betrayal Clear's throat happened in your own home, you were safe. He looked around. He was taking notes. He was getting ready for your rise while they were getting ready for your fall. Now they see you rising, shining, free and unchained. It's clear to them. They can feel it in their spirit. Even if you don't say or post anything, you're not the same. They're right. You're different now. Not because of them, though. Because of what was true. The fire you walked through and the prayers you said through the pain. Child, that fire made you clean. You weren't burned. The chains got burned. It burned the dreams. It burned the link you didn't know you had with that thing. Do you see it now? How much of your light you had to dim to keep their love? How much of your intuition did you turn off just to keep the peace? You may have ignored many spiritual warnings because you didn't want to be too sensitive, but no longer. The real you is coming out, and that awakening is strong. Now I tell you, don't go back to what God took you away from. Do not answer the call from the people who hurt you. Let go of your sadness over the breakup when it was the connection itself that was making you feel trapped. You are about to enter a holy time of speed and silence. Heaven is keeping your next move a secret, so keep quiet. They planned for you to fall, and now they see you. Rising, glowing, free, and not tied down. It's clear to them. They can feel it in their spirit. Even if you don't say or post anything, you're not the same. They're right. You're different now. Not because of them, though. Because it's true. Because you walked through fire because of the prayers you said while you were in pain, child. That fire made you clean. You weren't burned. The chains got burned. It burned the dreams. It burned the link you didn't know you had with that thing. Do you see it now? How much of your light you had to dim to keep their love? How much of your intuition did you turn off just to keep the peace? You probably ignored a lot of spiritual signs because you didn't want to be too sensitive. But no longer. The real you is coming out, and that awakening is strong. Now I tell you, don't go back to what God took you away from. Do not answer the call from the people who hurt you. Let go of your sadness over the breakup when it was the connection itself that was making you feel trapped. You are about to enter a holy time of speed and silence. Heaven is keeping your next move a secret. So keep quiet. Move quickly because things will move quickly once the right people are gone. Keep an eye out for it. Watch as the things you begged for start coming to you without you having to try. Keep an eye on how your health starts to get better, in what ways your creativity comes back, how your money starts to flow, how doors that you forgot you knocked on open all of a sudden. And it won't make sense because it's not logic. It's a divine arrangement. Because the snake could still get in, God put off some of his blessings, but now they can't get there. So the river flows again. But child, pay close attention. I need to tell you something harder now. Another lie has been told. This one is hidden in love. The second one is not harsh. Yes, they are kind, soft, and even gentle. To be honest, it's just trickery dressed up as kindness. It's guilt that looks like care. It's control that looks like closeness. This person always says, "But I want what's best for you because I love you." I'm telling you this. You only have one real fan in me, but they never honor you. Not really. They don't share your wins. Their job is not to boost your voice. They don't pray for you to grow. They pray that you will come back to their comfort. The person they want is the one who still needs their help, approval, and affirmation. You're getting too big for the leash, though. They can feel it in a spiritual way. They can feel you pulling away. They can feel your clarity getting better. Even though your body is still in the room, they are scared because they know that when you fully rise, they will lose control. Even if your voice hasn't changed, I can say for sure, though, that grip was never holy. That guilt was never holy. That comfort was never shared. It was a cage that looked like worry. You can now see it. This week you'll start to notice it more. They'll call it strange times. They'll make you remember things. Remember who has always been here for you, they'll say. It will sound like love, but your heart will be heavy. Well, that's your sign. The second snake wears perfume instead of poison, but it's still a snake. I'll tell you the name, but first I need to break the dependency since this one needs your approval. Even though they look good, heaven knows what their real plans are. You don't need their yes to stand up. You can move forward without their permission. They didn't deserve your light just because they clapped when you were still dim. You can love someone without letting them control your life. You're not thankful. You are just now waking up. Dove, subscribe right away because the third betrayal is coming up. You need to be ready for the surprise I'm about to give you. The prophetic is being placed at this time as God moves people around and breaks up ties. He brings alignment into your circle. Heaven isn't being mean. Being exact is important because you're not just staying safe. You are being put in place. And to do that, you need to be alone in silence and still. During this season, you might not be able to reach some people. It will feel sudden. It will feel personal. But it's from God. God takes away before he gives away. He separates himself before he rises. You are now in the isolation phase. Not because you're wrong, but because the next step needs fresh spiritual air. The sort of air that snakes can't breathe. Take a deep breath, kid. You're almost there. It's almost time for your reward. Your fate is about to blast off. Your reason for being is about to scream through the walls. And the people who betrayed you will watch from afar, not as punishment, but as revelation, because God wants them to see what they hid. Rise with honor. They'll hear your name in places they said you'd never go. They will hear your story in places they said you didn't deserve to be. They'll see that they didn't break you. They made you by lying to you, by lying on you. They set your fire on fire. They let you use your sword by turning you down. You were given back to God, and you can't be stopped in His hands. Now get up, not as a victim, but as a vessel, not as someone who lost, but as someone who gained, and not as someone who was broken, but as someone who God fixed up. You're not the same. That's proof it worked. The lie turned out to be good for you. Let them whisper. Allow them to see. Let them be curious. Do not let them in, though. Not again. You are now at the beginning of the next part of your story. You always had the key to the lock in your hands. Make use of it. Close what needs to be closed. Delete what you need to get rid of. Bless those who have to be left behind from afar, and move forward with the sword, fire, and the truth. Don't wait. Subscribe now, because the third exposure will be in my next surprise. You don't think it's someone you know, so be ready. But for now, take it easy. The test was passed. People have seen the snake. There is no longer a tie. They swore you wouldn't go in. They will hear your story in places they said you didn't deserve to be. They'll see that they didn't break you. They made you by lying to you. By lying on you, they set your fire on fire. They let you use your sword by turning you down. You were given back to God, and you can't be stopped in His hands. Now get up, not as a victim, but as a vessel. Not as someone who lost. Not as someone who was broken, but as someone who learned and was put back together by God. You're not the same. Well, that's proof it worked. The lie turned out to be good for you. Let them whisper. Allow them to see. Let them be curious. Do not let them in, though. Not again. You are now at the beginning of the next part of your story. You always had the key to the lock in your hands. Make use of it. Close what needs to be closed. Delete what you need to get rid of. Bless those who have to be left behind from afar. And move forward with the sword, fire, and the truth. Now is the time to subscribe, because the third exposure will be in my next revelation. You don't think it's someone you know, so be ready. But for now, take it easy. The test was passed. People have seen the snake. There is no longer a tie. The light is back on. You are now free, child. I have talked. This is Archangel Michael. There will be war between us until your fate is louder than their lies. I can feel the shaking in your heart right now, my love. The way you breathe is different. Your back is straighter. Your soul knows things it has never known before. You've reached a spiritual high point. You can't go back. The veil isn't just taken away. It's torn. The room is now lit up for you. The lies you've been putting up with for years are now too loud. You no longer feel like you can ignore the people who used to make you feel good. That's not being angry. That makes sense. And being clear isn't mean. Clarity is a virtue. The enemy always planned for you to be confused. They wanted you to be angry, feel guilty, and be stuck in old loyalties that don't help you do your job anymore. That is over now, though, because you are becoming a spiritual adult. This moment is your invitation. Archangel Michael is calling you to step into a flow of divine exchange where your generosity becomes your testimony. Support this work and watch how heaven supports you. Every seed you plant here grows into harvest in your life. It's the ancient promise. Give, and it shall be given to you. The link is in the description and pinned comment. Make your choice. Step into abundance, and with it comes being apart. Yes, separation from others, but even more than that, freedom from illusions. You now know that some people weren't loyal. They were just happy that you couldn't see them. They didn't back you up. They were getting by on your silence. They don't recognize you now that you found your voice. Let them get lost. Allow them to talk. They can call you different because you are. You can't be betrayed, manipulated, or used for fake love wrapped in duty. All, as that truth sinks into your bones, another one shows up. The third broken promise. You will be shocked by this one. This one didn't smile at you. This person didn't act like they loved you. This one was quiet, but the weapon was silence. This person did not stab you. They did nothing while they saw you bleed. They could warn you. They could defend you. And they could say your name with honor when other people said it with hate. But they kept quiet. And in spiritual warfare, being quiet means you agree. They were in the room when your name was smeared, on the call when the snake told the lie, and with the people who planned. But they did nothing. And now heaven is making that silence clear. Because betrayal isn't always what was done, but what wasn't. This third person can get into your world. It wasn't deep like the first or soft like the second, but it was close enough to reach, text, and sway. Still, they chose to stay away. When you're being attacked, distance means, I don't care if you fall. You made them feel good. You talked about your plan. They were a part of your early dreams. They could have told them, don't touch them. They have been chosen. Nothing. They said that silence was lying. The enemy knew they could come in under that silence. Silence was a denial of your being God. But kid, I heard it because betrayal doesn't have to scream. Heaven saw it, and now you're free from the tie. It just watches some of the time. Soon this person might try to get close again. I didn't know what to do, they'll say. I didn't want to take part. I didn't get involved because I respect you. You now know the truth, though. They would have stood up for you if they liked you. They would have called you if they loved you. They would have prayed over you if they were carrying heaven's light. When people try to spread rumors about you, don't be angry or hurt, but don't be blind either. You don't need to hate to follow God. He wants you to be smart because the next level of your life doesn't have room for quiet witnesses. It needs warriors, protectors, and people who pray your name. You're not looking for praise when everyone tries to erase your name through lies. You want to find alignment, and that line is right here. I'm going to move you now. Notice how things change between people. Look at how the phones go dead if you don't. Fight them. Watch how some people fade away. Bah, I'm clean up your field because it's time for harvest, and weeds don't belong there. There are angels all around your land. And anything that isn't based in truth is being pulled. Trust the pulling, even if it hurts, even if it seems like rejection, or even if it feels like loss. What's coming next needs a clean space to grow. And kid, it's coming up quickly. I need you to really hear this. A divine reversal will happen in the next 11 days. Something that you thought was denied will show up again. Something that seemed to be taking too long will move faster. And the person you gave up on will be different when they come back. But only if you do what I say here. Because breakup isn't just about pain. It's a test of how ready you are. Can you still pick the path after seeing the snakes as you now know who fought against you? Only warriors, guardians, and people who pray in your name will be left. You're not looking for praise when everyone tries to erase your name through lies. You want to find alignment. And that line is right here. I'm going to move you now. Notice how things change between people. Look at how the phones go dead. If you don't fight them, watch how some people fade away. That's me making room for you because you need to harvest and weeds don't belong there. There are angels all around your land. And anything that isn't based in truth is being pulled. Trust the pulling. Even if it hurts, even if it seems like rejection, or even if it feels like loss. What's coming next needs a clean space to grow. And kid, it's coming up quickly. I need you to really hear this. A divine reversal will happen in the next 11 days. Something that you thought was denied will show up again. Something that seemed to be taking too long will move faster. And the person you gave up on will be different when they come back. But only if you do what I say here. Because breakup isn't just about pain. It's a test of how ready you are. Can you still pick the path after seeing the snakes? Can you still forgive them even though you know they hurt you now that you know who they are? Now that your heart is hurt, do you still believe that love will come back this time wholly? As your squire, I say this now, as your guardian. As the divine warrior whose name you were given, don't stop now. Don't let the betrayal shape who you are. It wasn't a label. It was a lesson. You were lied to. You were not wiped out. Your body was hurt. You didn't waste your time. People didn't believe in you, but now they will. The show is almost here. The divine message is on its way. And I promise that every lie that is told about you helps you come out. The truth will come out. Your name will be cleared D, and your soul will be able to breathe freely again after being heavy. It's break in the weight. There is no longer any curse. The chains are going down. The crown is also going down. We are now at the point of full activation. Type "My divine upgrade is activated" in the comment section below to make this prophecy real and command your breakthrough to happen. Don't wait. Now is the time to agree with what heaven says about your life. I can see it now being above your life. A blessing so strong that it shuts up every mouth that speaks against you. Heaven has already told you it's time, even if you don't feel ready yet. So move forward. Light a fire. Join the circle. Dove, please subscribe right away, because what I'm about to say will not only reveal, it will also heal. The next message from God is the plan for rebuilding you. You've seen the snakes. You will now get the plan for success. Don't miss it. Even though this message is over, you have just begun to awaken. Now you are not the one who was betrayed. You are the new life. This is Archangel Michael. That's why I won't leave your side until every snake is quieted, every promise comes true, and every lie is used to fuel your ministry. Be strong. You now have the sword. Now get up.